Did you know? It's scientifically proven that telling your friends and family about the person you like does impact their chances of ghosting you.
What is the worst way you've ever been ghosted?
Oh, this sound was made for me. I was with a man for 2 years, and I thought I was going to marry him, have his babies, and spend the rest of our lives together. But then COVID hit, and he unfortunately told me that he thought he had it. Ugh. He said he was thinking about going to the hospital because he felt so bad, but then miraculously he was starting to feel better. But it was that same day he told me he was feeling better that I never heard from him ever again. He suddenly stopped responding to all my calls, all my texts. A week later, his phone went right to voicemail. I freaked out. I started calling the hospital, thinking maybe something happened and he's at the hospital. He wasn't there. I called all the hospitals in the area and he wasn't there. I called the police and filed a missing persons report, and you know what they told me? They told me my boyfriend did not exist. So not only did my boyfriend ghost me by faking his own death, he also had lied to me for 2 years about his real identity.
I got ghosted after what I thought was one of the best first dates I've ever been on, so let's do story time. I honestly feel so embarrassed, but whatever. Me and this guy have been talking for a month before we met, which is important to remember. Met on Saturday, and immediately I felt super comfortable around him, no awkward silences, and the conversation just flowed really well. Everything just felt very natural, and at the end of the date, he even started talking about his availability for the next week because he wanted to see me again. When I got home from the date, he texted me and said, "Thanks for coming out, I loved hanging out with you," and again, talked about a second date. Texted like normal a little bit the next day, but then he stopped responding around like 5 p.m. on Sunday, but I didn't think anything of it. Before you know it, it's Monday night, it's been 24 hours, and I haven't heard anything, and that's when I knew. I can't even tell you how confused I was because we've been talking every day for a month, and then we met and had such a good first date. He said all of these words of affirmation, and then just silence. The wheels in your head just start to turn, and you think there's like a million things wrong with you. I think ghosting is the most disrespectful form of rejection, but I believe the universe is always looking out for us. Any man that is that emotionally immature that they can't have a conversation with me is not the man for me. This whole time I've been getting ready for another first date. This guy is, so stay tuned for the update.
So I have this friend who constantly ghosts me. Here's an example. Tonight, we were supposed to go to a concert, which we had been planning for weeks. She confirmed it with me earlier today, so I Snapchatted her like a couple hours ago, and I was like, "Hey, what time do you think you're coming over?" Opens the Snapchat, doesn't respond. So an hour goes by, and I text her, and I'm like, "Hey, what time are you coming over?" To which she actually responded, which is unusual. "Oh, I'm with my friend blank because they got a dog." Okay. So when are you coming over? Are you not coming over? No response. Anyway, moral of the story is, I wish I had more friends that valued my time. Since y'all are my real friends, I'm gonna show you my outfit. Okay. So if you live in Seattle and you want to be friends, let me know.